Imagine managing an art gallery and all of a sudden your biggest prize is taken, snatched away by some daring thieves. That might sound like something from the movies, but this is real life. So, in 1990, the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum was robbed, which turned the world of art upside down. In the dead of night, two men disguised as Boston police officers walked into one of America's most prestigious museums and calmly overpowered the security guards. What happened next remains one of the art world's greatest unsolved mysteries. 13 masterpieces, including works by Rembrandt, Vermeer, and Degas, vanished without a trace. Only the empty frames remain. It's a $500 million puzzle that continues to baffle investigators to this day. But that's not even the craziest art heist. The title of the most iconic art heist of all time goes to the theft of Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa from the Louvre Museum in 1911. Picture this: Paris, the heart of the art world and one of the most heavily guarded museums on the planet. Yet, on a seemingly ordinary Monday morning, the world's most famous painting vanished into thin air. No forced entry, no alarms triggered, just an empty space remained, her world-famous smile gone. The thief? Vincenzo Peruggia, an Italian handyman who had briefly worked at the Louvre. His method? Astonishingly simple. He walked into the museum, hid the small panel under his workman's smock, and simply walked out. That's right, he breezed out of there like it was just another day at the office. But when his deed was discovered, all hell broke loose. The ensuing investigation was a whirlwind of speculation and accusations. Pablo Picasso, Guillaume Apollinaire, even the Kaiser of Germany were all considered suspects. The theft catapulted the Mona Lisa to a level of global fame. Everybody knew about it. Its image was reproduced countless times in newspapers, magazines, and postcards, becoming a symbol of both artistic genius and art heists forever. For 2 years, Peruggia kept the painting hidden in his small apartment in Florence, driven by a misguided sense of patriotism. He believed the Mona Lisa rightfully belonged to Italy, its true cultural home. Finally, in 1913, his attempt to sell the painting to an art dealer led to his arrest and the Mona Lisa's triumphant return to the Louvre. The story, however, continues to fascinate. Was Peruggia a lone wolf, or was he part of a larger conspiracy? Some theories suggest he was merely a pawn in a more elaborate scheme orchestrated by art forgers seeking to create and sell copies while the original was missing. So do we even know if that painting is the real Mona Lisa? The answer is no, not for sure. But there was another heist that's even more famous than that one, and this one was much more recent. While the Mona Lisa's theft captured the world's imagination, the 1990 Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum heist stands as the largest unsolved art theft in history, a chilling testament to the meticulous planning of professional art thieves. In the early hours of March 18th, two men disguised as Boston police officers gained entry to the museum, overpowering the security guards and making off with 13 works of art, including masterpieces by Rembrandt, Vermeer, Manet, and Degas. The total value of the stolen art is estimated at a staggering $500 million, and their whereabouts remain a mystery to this day. Was it an inside job? Was there much more powerful people behind it? These are questions that remained unanswered, but the FBI did try its best to get to the bottom of it. The FBI's investigation has spanned decades, traversing the maze which is the criminal underworld. They had to delve into international art trafficking rings and shadowy figures operating in the murky corners of the art market. Despite numerous leads, tantalizing clues, and a substantial reward offered by the museum, the stolen masterpieces remain elusive. Although nobody was ever caught, there are some theories, and some of them are insane. They implicate everyone from Boston's notorious Irish mob to international art collectors. However, even this one isn't the most interesting art heist. There are others with an entirely different motive than money, and you won't believe what it is. Not all art thefts are motivated by greed. Sometimes ideology, a desire for notoriety, or even a twisted sense of artistic appreciation drives these daring acts. In 1994, thieves stole Edvard Munch's iconic painting, The Scream, from the National Gallery in Oslo, leaving behind a note that simply read, "Thanks for the poor security." This audacious act, occurring during the Winter Olympics in Lillehammer, was a bold statement, a critique of the perceived vulnerability of Norway's national treasures. The theft, however, was short-lived. The Scream was recovered 3 months later, largely undamaged, thanks to the efforts of Norwegian police and Scotland Yard's art and antiques squad. The thieves, motivated by a desire for notoriety rather than financial gain, were eventually apprehended. Their act, while ultimately unsuccessful, highlighted the extent some people would go for fame. The incident also sparked a debate about the balance between security and public access to art. After all, some works of art are considered national treasures, but there are some people who just don't care, especially this gentleman who stole over 200 works of art. The world of art heists is populated by a cast of characters as diverse and intriguing as the artworks they target. Consider the case of Stéphane Breitwieser, a French waiter who confessed to stealing over 200 artworks from museums across Europe over a period of 6 years. His motivation wasn't financial gain, he claimed, but a pure, almost obsessive love of art. He amassed a private collection of stolen masterpieces hidden in his mother's attic, a secret treasure trove of artistic beauty. But like everything, his reign of art terror came to an end in the strangest way possible. Breitwieser's downfall came in 2001 when he was caught stealing a bugle from a Swiss museum. His mother, fearing the consequences of her son's crimes, destroyed a significant portion of the stolen artworks, throwing them into a canal and a garbage disposal. This act of destruction, born out of panic and desperation, added another layer of tragedy to this already bizarre tale. Breitwieser's case highlights the destructive potential of obsession, even when cloaked in the guise of artistic appreciation. It also underscores the challenges faced by law enforcement in tracking and recovering stolen art, particularly when the thieves are motivated by factors other than financial gain. In other words, how do you stop a man with no motive, or at least a motive you could never predict? And thus, the impact of art heists reverberates throughout the art world, forcing museums and galleries to constantly re-evaluate and upgrade their security protocols. The Gardner heist in particular served as a wake-up call, prompting institutions worldwide to invest in advanced security systems, including motion detectors, infrared cameras, reinforced display cases, and sophisticated alarm systems. These days, there's more chance of breaking into the National Bank of Spain, and so far, that's only been done on TV shows. But there is a downside to all of these extra security nowadays. The cost of these security upgrades can be substantial, placing a strain on museum budgets and sometimes impacting the visitor experience. The art insurance industry has also been significantly impacted by these high-profile thefts, leading to increased premiums and more stringent security requirements for insured artworks. So we can thank those thieves for all of these extra measures, and they only keep increasing. Technology plays a crucial role in both the prevention and solution of art crimes. The Art Loss Register, maintained by the International Foundation for Art Research, is a comprehensive database of stolen artworks, providing a valuable resource for law enforcement, museums, and art dealers. Forensic techniques such as DNA analysis, fingerprint identification, and pigment analysis are also increasingly used to identify stolen artworks and link them to specific crimes. That's not all. Advancements in image recognition software and online platforms are enabling investigators to track stolen art as it moves through the black market. So if you're thinking about pulling a real-life money heist, think again. However, it's not just the financial impact that these robberies have had. The theft of art often raises complex ethical questions about ownership, cultural heritage, and the legacy of colonialism. Many stolen artifacts originated from countries that were once colonized, raising questions about the legitimacy of their acquisition by Western museums and collectors. The debate surrounding the repatriation of stolen art involves complex legal and ethical considerations, balancing the claims of different nations and institutions. The world of art heist is a captivating blend of daring crimes, priceless treasures, and enduring mysteries. These stories offer a unique lens through which to examine human motivations, the allure of beauty, and the complex relationship between art and society. While the theft of art represents a significant loss, it also underscores the enduring power and cultural significance of these masterpieces. So, what are your thoughts on these daring crimes? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of art heists and the captivating stories they tell. See you in the next one.